Hello and welcome to another edition of Author Fan Face Off. We've got one great author, one super fan, and one book by that author, and we're going to find out who knows more. Of course, we want you to play along too and see if you can outduel both of them. I'm Steve Sheinkin, and the co-host, of course, is the leaping librarian, Stacey Rattner. Hello.
Hello.
And our special guest today, Jennifer Holm. Good to see you. I mean, if we listed Jenny's credits, it would take the whole 10 minutes that we have. 3 Newbery honors, multiple best-selling graphic novel series. Today we're going to talk about The 14th Goldfish, a huge favorite in my house, and a book where you do what you do really well, or one of the things, which is you make hard things look easy.
Ooh.
And I'd love to spend the whole time just asking you how you do it, how you can take seemingly short scenes and straightforward chapters, and they add up to so much substance and such a great story. But we're not here to talk about that today. Maybe some other time. And I bet you, actually, we've talked plenty of times when we used to travel, And you told me this book was really hard to write, actually.
It was.
That doesn't come across. So I guess that's good, right?
Yes. Smoke and mirrors.
Smoke and mirrors. All right. Well, appropriately named Ellie is your challenger today. I think Stacey will do the honors.
Yes, I'm so excited to introduce Ellie, same name as our protagonist, yay. And she's from New Jersey. She is a cook and a baker. I wonder what's your favorite thing to cook or bake. Loves science, dislikes mushrooms, and is a huge Jenny Holm fan. I thought I was the biggest Jenny Holm fan. We share the same birthday. So I'm just super excited to have Ellie with us today, and best of luck to both of you.
Thank you.
All right. First question for you, Ellie. What did Ellie name the goldfish she got in preschool?
Okay, this is a hard one. This is really hard to remember. Was it Goldie?
Yes! Yeah!
Oh my gosh. That was just like a lucky guess.
I feel like every kid's first goldfish is named Goldie, by the way. It just happens.
Did you have a goldfish named Goldie?
I did.
Jenny?
Many goldfish that didn't make it.
All right, Jenny, this is for you. What does Ellie's mother do for a living?
She teaches drama at the high school.
Okay.
That was easy, though.
Okay. They get harder as we go along.
Yeah, they do. Okay. Ellie, what type of animal is T. malvinus?
It is a jellyfish.
Yeah, species of jellyfish. Nice. And Jennifer, the Melvin Sigarsky fan club is based in what country?
Finland, of course, because I am Finnish.
Excellent. You guys are good.
Okay. All right, Ellie, ready? Why does Melvin get detention at school?
He gets detention at school. He calls it feces in the book, but because he went to the bathroom without a bathroom pass.
Right.
I thought it was so outrageous.
And Jenny, what do Raj and Ellie name their secret project to sneak into Melvin's lab?
Uh-oh.
Wow. This is a little sad, but I don't remember. Ellie, do you remember what it is called?
I don't. I remember what Raj went as to get in, but I don't remember what they called the project.
And I think this also might have only been mentioned. Sometimes we pick things that are pretty obscure. The burrito project.
Oh. That's because I love burritos, actually.
I think they were eating burritos at the time.
Yes, I love burritos.
And also thinking about the Manhattan Project. So those two things came together. All right, Ellie. For what scientific accomplishment is Jonas Salk famous?
He invented the polio vaccine.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
And another science question for Jenny. Melvin tells Ellie about senescence. What is that?
That is growing younger. Is it? Well, maybe not. No, is it just I think I messed it up. Is it just being alive?
You describe it as the process of aging.
Okay, yep, I got it wrong.
So, yeah, that's sort of wrong.
Okay. All right, Ellie. What does Melvin give to Ellie for her birthday?
I think Melvin gives to Ellie bedroom slippers.
It was, she got like two big things, not the phone.
He got a microscope.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I remember because Mom says she didn't. She said this was my best birthday present, and Mom's like, not the phone. So,
Yeah.
all right, Jenny, what novel is Melvin reading for school?
He is reading Catcher in the Rye.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
every
Now,
child.
is that something that changed? Did that change through the novel while you were writing it?
Did that? I feel like I think it did change. I originally had at some point I know I had them reading Shakespeare's The Tempest because I love The Tempest, and there's a whole bad thing in that Shakespeare book. But everybody has to read Catcher in the Rye at some point when you go through school. So I felt like he would have to reread it, so he would have been reading it again.
But this is a good example of the two things I think that make it this challenge really hard for the authors. Is one that you wrote the book. This came out in 2014, so you probably wrote it 8 years ago.
Yep.
And then the other thing is a lot of stuff changes. Those little details can change throughout the writing, and you don't necessarily remember which one you landed on in the final draft.
And what's weird is I don't usually read my books after they're published. Unless like I might read a chapter or something, but I revise a lot. And so I think if I started reading a published book, I would see things I would want to change, and it makes me crazy. So I learned very early on to not read my book after it's in paper. So
that's a good policy, except when you're on Author Fan Face Off, I guess.
yes, exactly. I should have read it last night.
Exactly. No, I do the same. I do the same thing in terms of not reading for that very fear that, I could have said that in 8 words instead of 9, that kind of thing. All right, but there is a bonus question that actually has a few parts. So who knows who's going to win this? I'm going to name 3 scientific accomplishments that are described in the book, and you can name the scientist who accomplished those things. So 1, this person led the American effort to build the first atomic bomb. Ellie, yes.
Robert Oppenheimer.
You got it. Yeah, Robert.
Outstanding.
Last name wrong, like his last name.
No, you're saying it right. Okay. How about this person established the 3 laws of motion?
Go, Ellie.
I remember all the scientists you put in your book, and the only one that I can't remember really what they made. So I think it's Isaac Newton.
Yes.
And finally, I want to know who won the Nobel Prize for pioneering research into radiation.
Okay, take it, Ellie.
Ellie, go ahead if you know it.
Mary Curie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jenny had that one too.
Ellie.
Wow.
That is great. I actually got to see Marie Curie's her lab where she lived in a house in France a couple of years ago, and I pictured me outside of it. So
Oh.
you are better than me. You should have written this book.
That's pretty great.
Ellie, do you have any questions that you want to ask Jenny now that you have the opportunity and she's right here?
Would you like to meet my cat?
What?
Yes.
You want to meet my cat? Hang on.
Sure.
Come here, Augie.
Is her cat named Ellie?
And what did you say your cat's name was? Oh, her headphones are out.
What's your
His name is Augie. Augi. We have 2 cats, and one is Augie and one is Livy. They're named after Roman emperors and empress. So we like Roman history. Kind of random.
Okay, I have 2 questions. What
Go for it.
book are you working on, and what are like your inspirations?
So the book that I just finished, and it's going to be published in January, so it's very soon, is it's science fiction again, but it's even more science-y fiction than 14th Goldfish. And it's called The Lion of Mars, and it's about a boy who is living on Mars in the year 2091. And I was inspired to write that book because my late father, he was a fighter pilot in the Navy, so he flew airplanes off of aircraft carriers, so like really cool technical plane job. But when he was in the Navy, a lot of the very first astronauts who went to the moon, they were also Navy fighter pilots like my dad, and they served in the Korean War. So I kind of grew up knowing like my dad could have been one of these people who became astronauts because the space program kind of pulled out of the Navy program. So
That's really cool.
yeah. Also, my husband wanted to be an astronaut, but he got rejected. So it's the closest to Mars we're ever going to get in this family.
Oh, I can't wait. That's so exciting. We have a couple months and then we got a new book.
Another years in the making, but finally done.
Off the same Facebook, Google me more. Off the same Facebook,